Hey YouTube, this is Generic Gamer. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are all having a fantastic day. Today we're on Sly 2, Band of Thieves. And you might ask, how am I already at this point? Here's the funny part. I use cheat codes to unlock the levels. The reason why is because I want to get all the upgrades for Murray, Sly, and Bentley at the very beginning of the game. So yeah, I know it's cheating. I know that, but to be fair, I have my reasons for it. But I'm pretty much doing this to get everything completed 100% and then focus on the main storyline. So if you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, and yep, I hope you guys enjoy. But since I'm going to be talking about this, which is pretty much involving to do with main story missions, I thought, why not... How do you say it? Why not just talk about other stuff while doing collecting food bottles? So... Wait, I got detected? How? Okay. Ow, what the hell? Oh, he had a clue. But whatever. But for those who are new to my channel, I pretty much upload anything from like no damage games to single player games to single player walkthroughs to pretty much any content, honestly. That's the term generic. It's random. So I know it's not really good, but some people like a variety of both. So there is that. But I guess back to I guess Sly Cooper. So why I decided to do Sly 2? To be honest, I always wanted to do like a walkthrough of Sly Cooper by any means like possible. But by the time I was playing Sly Cooper daily when I was like a kid, I was one of the kids, so I didn't know really how, I guess, editing and stuff back then worked. Because I wasn't able to, I guess, afford like a PC setup and all that, because if you really want to like do editing, if you want to like, you know, do like, include like funny animations and stuff, you do need like a actual computer, not a laptop, because I tried doing it with a laptop. And it really did not work. So, yeah, I'm kind of stuck with my PlayStation, so bear with me. And for those who are curious why I decided to do YouTube, well, it's kind of a mixed bag, to be honest, because part of me, I always wanted to do YouTube ever since when, oh god, ever since when I was a kid, because I thought it was like fun, you can make money out of it as a hustle. And the other part of me is just because, for those who don't know, I graduated college like a couple months, well, exactly a year ago from today. And the job market for engineering is bad. However, I'm trying to look for a part-time job. And while I'm looking for like a part-time job, I thought if I'm not working, why not just do YouTube like on PlayStation? So that's why. And I honestly hope it does turn into like a real thing, because I'm actually interested for the future. So that's kind of it for those who are new to the channel. But I guess maybe... Ow. I messed... I can't believe I messed that up. So I guess since I'm here, may as well talk about some games I liked. I guess just to talk about... Actually, I know what to talk about. So I made a video recently, I think by the time when I do upload this video. I made a video recently talking about... Actually, no, I don't know when I'm going to upload this video, because by the time I upload this, I already have some preload videos saved, and I want to see how long that's going to take. So... Oh, wait a sec. Oh, never mind. So I made a video recently about like Yakuza 6 and why I'm doing no damages, and I know people are gonna say it's kind of stupid to like implement like random footage per se of of like nothingness, because it's not really like a no damage, it's not really like boss fights, it's just random gameplay, just for random gameplay. And I kind of had my reasoning to kind of explain this because I want to show proof that... Because, okay, here's the thing. One, I can't do every individual boss from the very beginning to the very end because I tried doing Iwami. Oh no! No, I thought he was gonna miss me. God, okay, okay. You know, I'm gonna get away. But no, but back to Yakuza 6. I pretty much wanted to like touch bases on why people hated the bad game, and I want to explain to you personally why I don't think it's as bad as people said it is. Yeah, to be fair, it's not a perfect game. There's flaws with it, obviously, but I guess I can explain some of the ways how you can work around those flaws. For starters, people say that the story is bad. I don't think the story is bad. I think the story is top tier. It kind of reminds me of Kiwami 1, to be honest, or the original Yakuza, for those who never played it. But the original Yakuza 1 is, well, Kiwami 1, So, to me, it felt like that. So, story-wise, if you guys like Kiwami 1, I kind of think the Yakuza 6 and Kiwami 1 is both similar. Both as in, like character, I wouldn't say character development, but like story progression and the length of the story, because for those who can't play long games, Yakuza 6 is not that long of a game. If you really wanted to, like, per se, speed run the whole thing... Okay, you have to speed run the whole thing. It's really not gonna take you that long. And to be fair, I just love playing, what's that called? I just love playing Yakuza 6, everything. The story is amazing. Gameplay, again, as I said before, there is some issues that could have been good. Why did I jump down? I have no clue. Okay, there's a trophy here. I mean, there's a reward here, but before we do that... So, I guess the story, personally, I think the story is amazing. Some people don't like the story, or some people do. It's a hit or miss. Enemy here. Or not. Okay. But, no, the story for Yakuza 6 is really good in my opinion. I think it's actually one of the best runs in the I wouldn't say the story is the best, but for, like, the main storylines, it's one of the best. Yakuza 1 was good. It was really good in my opinion. Kiwami 1. Yakuza 2... It wasn't as good as 1, but it was like, okay, I could have made it work. Yakuza 3 was decent. Yakuza 4 was just terrible writing, in my opinion. There it is. Yakuza 4 was terrible. Yakuza 5, I don't even know what they did with Yakuza 5. Yakuza 5 was just beyond terrible. And then, as Yakuza 5 came around, there was, well, Yakuza 6. So, my personal opinion, the story for 6 compared to, like, 4 and 5, it was mildly better. No, it was miles better, not mildly. Mildly better. Why do I say that? So yeah, story-wise, it's pretty good. The biggest issue I feel like people hated was the combat. Okay. The combat... Okay. Again, Yakuza 6, the combat, I can definitely agree with why it is the worst in the franchise, other than Yakuza 3. 1, the enemies block like crazy, just like Yakuza 3. Number 2, the enemy AI... okay, I want to say the AI. So, for those who did not know, there's different engines. Yakuza 6 is the very first game where RGG Studios used something called the Dragon Engine. And... oh, wait a second. How many hits does this guy take? Okay, no, but back to my explanation. So, for those who did not know, for the engine, oh my god, I'm sorry for like getting off topic. It's just that these guys would not stop attacking me. No, but back to like the Yakuza 6 engine. Pretty much, the RGG studios decided to like update their engine by using something called the Dragon engine. And this engine, honestly, the engine itself is amazing. It's really not a bad engine. People just had an argument, a complaint that they should have not used the very first game of that exact same engine for the ending of Kiryu's like main storyline. Yes, there's like a dragon guide and the man who erased his name, but we're talking about before that came out. Yakuza 6, definitively speaking, was supposed to be like the last game for Kiryu. So people did not like the fact how the combat felt clunky. It felt outdated, it just felt like you're so restricted with dodging. Enemies block, and also when you attack the enemies, they just like... your recoil just like bounces off them. You flinch like crazy. So... to one degree, I can completely understand why people do not like 6. However, if you guys learn the way how the intended way Yakuza 6 is meant to play, then in all honesty, it's actually a very fun game. I don't know what's going on with this guy, but... if you guys figure out how Yakuza 6 is meant to play, which you go for like... okay, what I mean by how it's meant to play, for those who played like earlier Yakuza games, you could technically loop enemies without forcing to go for like specific hit combos, if that makes sense. Like, you can like hit an enemy like 20 times over and over, and it can work infinitely. Sure, it was cheap and it was kind of a bit easy, but it actually took skill for you to do that. Whereas Yakuza 6, you can't do that at all. You could, but it's just very inconsistent. I just have 2 more clue bottles, and I think I should be done with most of the bottles in the entirety of the game. Where are the other clue bottles at? Am I tripping or no? Why am I getting chased after? But no, but like, people had some complaints about it, and personally, look, I can definitely see why people, what's it called? I can definitely see why people are, they didn't like the game, because the combat isn't what they're used to, and the way how they made Kiryu's moveset was a bit, like, restricted. Again, you can't combo as consistently as quickly, you're limited to how you approach your bosses. There was barely any heat actions compared to the whole franchise, which there was no taunting, there wasn't any, like, consistent way, there was, like, most of the most, like, iconic equipments from, like, the whole franchise, again, was not in there. Like, I played Yakuza 6 by heart, like, a couple hours ago. I repeat the game, like, I think 8 times, and throughout all my walkthroughs, they didn't have no payback ring, they didn't have, like... they took out the ability to store weapons, like... so whatever staple there was in Yakuza 3, 4, and 5, they took it out in Yakuza 6. And again, as much as I see these as improvements, from an actual gameplay perspective, it's actually kind of disappointing. As much as I hate to admit that. There's that one. We got one more and then we're done for this episode. Oh, I see it. So that's the last of the clue bottles, but we have not found the safe. But no, but like back to the combat, look, do people have a tendency to over-hate Yakuza 6? Personally, I think they do. And then another thing is that people didn't like 6. Some people had an argument to think that Yakuza 6 was not the perfect ending for Kiryu. I personally, I guess, agree with it and disagree with it. So for those who might ask, why do I agree with it? Because you gotta think about it. For those who played Yakuza 5, you guys need to understand something. The way how Yakuza 5 ended would be a like, cliffhanger out of anything. Yes, the fight with Aizawa, the final boss fight in Yakuza 5, was a perfect ending to that fight, if you guys played it. And for those who said Yakuza 6 boss fight, Yakuza 6 boss fight was actually very disappointing, as in like it was super easy. The boss wasn't sufficient, he wasn't good at his own, like he wasn't good at fighting, you could honestly no damage, he's actually one of the easiest bosses of no damage. But you might ask, okay, but like maybe people are doing this based on action rather than story-wise. Story-wise, I'm sorry to say this, but Iwami, the final boss fight for 6 had a better purpose than the boss fight for 5. Ow. So, there's that worth noting. But for those who said why I think 6 is good, you gotta understand something. Yakuza 5, Kiryu just got out of the coma. He went to prison, you know, because of the events from 5, because of destruction of property and stuff like that. And he wanted to see how life was after, well, leaving prison, because, you know, he's in his late 40s. He wants to, what's it called? Retire completely in the orphanage he was born and raised in. So he just pretty much wanted to literally like live until the rest of his days. I guess that's it for this level. Let me just save it. So I did pretty much, I think, for most of these except... Well, we gotta do Dimitri, so there's that. But no, but back to 6. The reason why I think 6 is a perfect ending because it kind of like shows up, or at least goes to like it builds up the stories that leads to like the ending of what's it called? It leads to the ending of how Yakuza 6 should have ended. Like Kiryu tried his best to make ends meet, but again, he was forced to deal with people attacking him. That harassed his family, and then he wanted to see how life would have worked. How life would have worked. But again, due to particular issues, that couldn't work really with him. So I guess the rest of the loot we just do casually, but I think we got more than enough loot for Sly. By the way, you don't unlock this thing until the end of the game. Well, I guess I'll continue more on Yakuza 6 after this video. So if you guys are new to the channel, hit the like and subscribe button, and then from here on out, unless there's something else I have to do, we're going to continue with the main story of Side 2.